John Michitson has been on the City Council of the City of Haverhill for the past 20 years and is running for re-election again. We're very pleased to have him with us today. Welcome, John.
Frank, it's always nice to be here.
You know, you've seen the City of Haverhill in the beginning about 20 years ago through some less than stellar times, brought it through along with a good crew and good administration to the point of where it is right now. And what things would you like to see the city build upon from where it is right now?
Very good question. As time has passed, and I've gotten a lot of experience on the council, I try to cut to the chase. Now, you can spend a lot of time talking about nothing and doing nothing. So Let me do that right now. First and foremost, public safety. I helped to, as the leader of the city council, I broke new ground where I asked for a 5-year plan from the police on how we can cut back on the shootings and the murders. We got a good, strong 5-year plan. And then with horse trading, we actually got more police than what was in the mayor's budget. That broke new ground. Then I did the same thing in public education. For the first time ever, at least in my history, the city council actually went over the mayor's budget for public education for additional academic programs. So public safety, public education, and then the third piece that goes along with both of those, and these three make up your quality of life in Haverhill, economic development, and that's where we're most behind. As far as plugging into, the global economy.
Okay.
We've missed a few rounds here over the years, over the last decades, right?
How so? Examples of what we missed.
In the shoe industry, we were right there, right?
Yep.
Then came along high tech, right? We had a couple of successes there. We had Western Electric downtown, but we let them get away to North Andover.
Yep.
And North Andover's pockets were filled for 50 plus years. We kind of missed that. We missed the .com. I did try getting some software companies in the downtown, but the whole industry went down for a while before it came back up. And now it's the innovation economy, and we have to be part of it. So what have we done? I'm working with UMass Lowell. They have an innovation hub.
Yep.
And I've actually initiated several programs there and have helped them in several others. And the goal is that we get startups in, they get office space there, we use UMass Lowell and other resources to help them build their business.
Business incubators.
And then land them downtown or in the business parks. But those are the jobs that we're 20 years behind on. And that's why, and I think we talked about this 2 years ago, I think it was 20,000 people leave every morning. It's 25,000 people leave for better jobs on Route 128, Boston and Cambridge, even the North Shore and southern New Hampshire, because that's where a lot of the jobs of the future are. And we are actually situated in a really good position to take advantage of the global economy. So I've been working with the startup community in Boston and Cambridge, right? Trying to link them up with manufacturers in Haverhill. And Lightspeed Manufacturing, for example, has now expanded, and they're producing, products, the newest innovative products from the startups coming in Boston, coming from Boston and Cambridge. And the reason why that works for Haverhill, right, we're never going to match, the density of smart people and innovative people from MIT and all the big colleges there. However, they need a place to actually build their product with advanced manufacturing. And that's the connection that we're trying to make at UMass Lowell. We have a couple of efforts underway to try to get Haverhill to become known, to get branded, as a place for advanced manufacturing. simple example of advanced manufacturing is 3D printing.
Correct.
And so even with the new makerspace that Keith Boucher
Right.
has been leading, and John Cuneo, they've got 3D printers now in that makerspace right there on Washington Street. And for free, both adults and students can go in there and learn the skills for the jobs of tomorrow.
You're talking about utilizing the trilogy of public education that you talked about,
Yes.
public safety, and being able to grow the industrial base as well.
Yes.
All to be able to maintain, all to do that within a stable tax rate that's affordable for the city of Haverhill,
Well,
correct?
that actually helps the tax rate.
Correct.
That message gets missed.
Yeah.
And you bring in more industry over time, that's going to bring down the taxes for residential. It's that
Absolutely.
simple. That's how it works.
Many people would like to increase educational benefits, they'd like to increase public safety, but along with that, unless there's a mechanism to sort of stabilize what the expense is going to be on the taxpayer,
Yes.
it sounds great, but then how do you pay for it? And
Yes.
then I know that everybody watching this program is thinking, I want to stay safe, I want to have the kids educated properly, but I'm also taking a look at my tax bill, and I want to be able to make sure that people vote their pocketbook, and they're sensitive to that
They
fact.
do, but you can also refocus a lot of the resources that you already have.
Yep.
And that's why I said at the very beginning of this discussion, I don't waste my time anymore. I try to cut to the chase. Let's get whatever money we have
Yep.
that we're able to afford, let's get it to public safety, public education, economic development, because first of all, those are the three pieces of a quality of life. And let's face it, Frank, I'm sure you grew up in Haverhill.
Sure.
During my whole childhood, I remember one murder, one,
Yeah.
and only one shooting. That's all I remember. And now it's happening on a monthly basis.
Do you think the core, we've only got about a minute left,
Yes.
do you think the core of the success lies for the city of Haverhill in what could be described as a technology garden that you're trying, in which you're trying to grow these businesses, and as you grow, they flourish, more of them begets more businesses, and so on, so that that's what you're looking to harvest that benefit
Right, but
for the entire community.
Yes, but one of the mistakes that's made out there is that they associate it, align it with technology. The innovation can be anything. It can be food. I mean, you just turn
I
on.
understand.
Think
Not just technology.
think about Shark Tank,
Sure.
right? We want to be the Massachusetts Shark Tank.
Diversity happens to work in business as well, because
Yes.
you stay safe.
Yes.
And you have multiple
And the reason
facets.
why the advanced manufacturing is such a good match for us, we have the lower cost of living
Mm-hmm.
here. The workforce is already here, Frank. It's right here.
A couple of quick questions for you that nobody seems to be talking about, but is somewhat going to have to be addressed,
Yes.
perhaps in the near future, in just a short period of
Yes.
time. And one happens to be the landfill that we happen to have with trash collection, Ogden Martin, and so on. There's a certain cost to be able for a truckload going through there.
Yes.
Other communities pay a tipping fee,
Yes.
so Haverhill gets the benefit of that. But that fills up. There's a certain life expectancy for that.
Yes.
When that closes, what do we do? What's it going to cost? And what's the alternative? Rather than be reactive, what's the proactive solution to something of that type? Less than 30 seconds.
So we haven't come up with a plan for that, but you're right. That's exactly what we need. We need a plan for transitioning for when we have that to when we don't. And some of the potential alternatives are that there are other landfills which will increase the cost, right? Because we'll no longer be the center of it,
Right.
and get that benefit. There's composting. A lot of towns do composting, which takes a lot of trucking and a lot of area to do the composting. It's not an easy problem to solve, but we need to have a plan to solve it.
And put it on the table. That'll have to be the last word.
Okay.
Sean Michitson, we wish you the best of luck in the upcoming election.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much.
We hope that this program has been a point of reference for you. And until next time, my name is Frank Novak, and thanks very much for watching. And remember to vote on Election Day, Tuesday, November 5th.